Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for June 17th, 2026. We've got Menagerie and Renaissance today. And we've got a 5-2. Okay. So we've got trashing / thinning from Recruiter and Bounty Hunter and Banish. We've got plus actions from Hunting Lodge and Recruiter. Draw from Cavalry, Black Cat, Swashbuckler, potentially Hunting Lodge. Gains from Stockpile, Camel Train, Cavalry, sort of. Potentially Swashbuckler, Treasure Chest, sort of. The plus buy situation is pretty awkward. Once the stockpiles run, Camel Train exiles cards, which does not trigger the Cavalry on gain effect, which means there's actually no plus buy other than you can get a Cavalry and whatever else once you have no more stockpiles. So that's pretty awkward. So what are we doing here? In that context, the black cat attack could be pretty nasty because you're not going to be able to like score all at once or whatever. You're going to have to score over actually quite a number of turns. So we could just open like Recruiter Black Cat. It would be nice in theory to bounty hunt estates because of the limited gains. I'm not sure that that's important enough to not open with Recruiter though. There's also a stockpile gamble. So like a thing you can do is you buy a stockpile and then if you've drawn your deck, you gamble, like you play all your stockpiles. You buy a stockpile, you get all the other stockpiles out of exile, and then you gamble all those stockpiles back into play, which then into exile, which nets you 1 coin per stockpile, and then you can buy another one and do it again. So like getting to the point where you have full deck control is very valuable. From that perspective, I also think like it's got to be Recruiter. Recruiter's obviously is super good. Well, we could gamble here, but I think it's probably better to just take a Fisherman because otherwise the Recruiter misses the shuffle. Oh, but we're gonna not have any estates down there. I mean, I guess we. If we gamble, we might also, like, see the black cat and draw the recruiter dead, which wouldn't be great either. I will take the fisherman and maybe just take a bounty hunter now. Crash copper, take a bounty hunter. We could also get a stockpile. Gonna need that, obviously, but is it... I didn't consider getting a cavalry. I probably should have at least considered that. I think I might actually prefer to go for bounty hunter first. Oh boy. This is not what I want to see. Should we get a cavalry? The bot's managed to already exile through all 3 of its estates. I think I'm gonna get a cavalry. Okay. Fucking the bounty hunter and the recruiter down here now. Ugh. That's just so annoying. If I play the black cat and I don't draw one of those actions, I've got a pretty good chance to be able to gamble one of them. But I've got on top, I do have guaranteed bounty hunter, exile estate, play recruiter, or bounty hunter, exile copper, play recruiter, because then the recruiter can trash estate for villagers. Play the black cat. What I really want is to gamble the bounty hunter, like gamble, hit the bounty hunter, exile the estate, and then buy a stockpile. The odds of that obviously are, it's only 1 in 5 that the top card would be bounty hunter. Maybe I end up with, maybe the odds are a little bit better than that because I could draw like a couple coppers, gamble like another copper into play. Well, no, there's only 2 coppers down there actually. Copper, estate, bounty hunter, recruiter. So I'd have to draw at least one of the 2 coppers to even be able to gamble. Well, I mean, the thing is, the bounty, or they're both going to miss the shuffle anyway if I play the recruiter next turn. That's why I want to play the black cat. I'm going to do it. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's like the worst possible draw probably I could have gotten there. Jeez. Okay, do we get another cavalry here? I think so. It's good recruiter fodder. Or we could also banish 3 coppers. The bounty hunter won't get value off of exiling a copper, but like it's a pretty good amount of thinning. Yeah. All right. So that last card is what? Another copper? Yeah. 3 coppers in exile. We trashed 1. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could trigger the shuffle here. I think that makes sense. Get the last estate out of the way. Take a stockpile, and now we may be able to do the gamble stockpile thing. Alright. Last 3 cards. Cavalry, Bounty Hunter, Copper. Yeah. So how to do this? I think I'd like to recruit the horse. Get some more villagers. Guess we probably do end up having to play the black cat. We have 7 coins right now. Go down to 6 if we play the bounty hunter. So then we buy a stockpile. We have 3. We gamble 2 stockpiles into play. We have 5. We buy a stockpile. We have 2. We gamble. Then we have 3 stockpiles. We gamble them all into play. We have 3. I think we can't get through all the stockpiles this turn. You need. Like, so. The other thing we could do is exile the black cat, and then that gives us 3 coins. Then we gamble the cavalry into play. But then we have the horses in the discard. Actually, that's going to be a problem anyway, isn't it? Maybe we bounty hunt the cavalry. Yeah, I think that's right. Alright, so stockpile. Gamble. Stockpile. Gamble. 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 Stockpile. Gamble. Gamble. gamble, stockpile, gamble, 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 stockpile, gamble, 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 stockpile, gamble, 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 gamble. Okay, and now it's time to think a little bit. So we're gonna have eight stockpiles. So we're gonna buy one more stockpile. That's gonna put us at 16 coins. We'll have 8 stockpiles in the discard. Then we'll buy gamble. So 16 coins. Buy gamble 8 times. We'll have 24 coins. And like 30 buys or something. So can we win the game on estates and curses? I think the answer is yes. The reason I wanted to stop and think is because there's a possibility that we should gain something before we get that last stockpile. I don't know that it really matters. It probably doesn't, the order, but just in case for some reason it would matter. One thing I'm thinking about is we could also potentially do fisherman. Fisherman costs a net of 3. Yeah, no, that doesn't really work. Estates cost 16. We're gonna have 24. So that would leave us with 8 coins, which is enough for a province. So if we buy 8 estates for 16, and then we buy 10 curses, we already have enough buys for that. Then we buy a province, and we're good. So I think that's just all that we need to do. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a province. And there you have it. Pretty silly. Yeah, so really, as I kind of said from the outset, the goal here was just get deck control like once. I mean, you have to have at least one stockpile that you've already played that turn, so that you can so that you have the plus buy to start with, so you can buy a stockpile and then gamble it. If you didn't have a stockpile already, you'd buy the stockpile and then that would be the end of your buy phase. But yeah, you only need the deck control the one time. Maybe the recruiter, I don't know. Like, I could believe that recruiter wasn't actually like necessary here. Like, the biggest thing that enabled me to do this probably was the 3 card or the 3 copper banish. And like, in theory, you could draw your deck by just buying cavalry, although it would cost you money, and like you need money left to be able to empty piles. I actually did need exactly as much money as I had there, because I I needed to be able to hit province. If I'd only hit duchy, and this is because I recruited an estate, but if I'd only hit duchy, it would have been a losing tie. So if I had had like one fewer coin, um, I would have instead needed to not gamble all the stockpiles into play, like get the last stockpile, but not gamble any of them, and then like I don't know, like get draw and stuff like that. Like I would have had to play that pretty differently. So yeah, it's a good thing I didn't recruit another estate, as it turns out. I certainly didn't do the math on that up front, but um, and that's maybe another argument against recruiter here. Like I don't know what I would have opened, like given like if I wasn't gonna open recruiter, yeah, I don't know. Like it would have been nice if I was gonna not open recruiter anyway to have like maybe the 2-5, so I could have gotten fisherman, but instead of black cat. But yeah, I really don't know. What the sort of like ideal line through there is. Like I mean, obviously I did in fact have the ability to trash one estate with recruiter, and recruiter trashed a few other cards. Um but yeah, I'm not, I mean, like ideally you would do a big banish on the coppers like I did, but like maybe bigger. I mean, I did need some of that money that I had from the remaining coppers, and the bounty hunter exiling the cavalry as well I needed all of that money. I don't know. Like I said, it wasn't planned out, but it like it worked out. But if you were gonna try to plan that out, I'm not exactly sure how you would go about it. But well, I mean, the thing is, like, if I hadn't been able to do this, like if I have 8 stockpiles in my deck and the bot has 2, one of which is in exile, the bot's just in trouble from the standpoint that like I have way more capability to like add multiple cards over multiple turns. Granted, like I wouldn't want to play all the stockpiles at once necessarily, and so that part would potentially be kind of awkward, but still, like making it so the bot only ever sees 2 stockpiles, like the 2 stockpiles all game, like is a huge, uh, like it would be very difficult for the bot to overcome that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.